Hello everybody, welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join me for a look back at some predictions. That was it's just over a month ago. Where will your team be at Christmas? And we did a whole video, didn't we, before the 9 rounds of games in 5 weeks, and I put my neck on the line, as I do for you guys, and said, at Christmas time, will your team be higher or lower? This was a bit of fun. Yeah, we got the normal ridiculous comments we do get on predictions, opinion videos, etc. But in the main, all a good bit of fun. A nice little analysis of who teams had played and how their fixtures were stacking up and what was likely to happen. But the one comment I got more than anything else was, Ben, you must review these when it actually gets to Christmas. Well, one day ago, in fact 2 days ago, the Christmas table was assured with all the games finishing this past Saturday. So we can now take a look back with the wonderful gift that is hindsight. And these are always a little bit humiliating to do because obviously I can't predict the future perfectly, no matter how people expect me to or what standard they hold me to. But we're going to look back and see how I got on. There was the November the 17th table. Take a look there. Reading up the top. Watford, Norwich, Bournemouth, Bristol City, Swansea. Some familiar names there. Down at the bottom, Derby, Wycombe, Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday, Forest, Rotherham. Some familiar names down there, because if we look at it right now, there's the top. Norwich, Bournemouth, Swansea, Brentford. Hello. Watford, Borough, Stoke. And down the bottom, Wycombe, Sheffield Wednesday, Derby, Rotherham, Forest, QPR. And look where Coventry ended up. I wonder what I said about them. Well, shall we find out what did indeed happen? Before we do that, there are the biggest climbers. So Brentford were the winners in that department, climbing 7 places from 11th to 4th. Cardiff climbed 5 places from 15th to 10th. Perhaps 2 teams that were slightly lower than they should have been, just moving into more what we expected. Swansea, good job, up 3. Barnsley up 3. Coventry, we thought they might, up 3 as well. Norwich and Bournemouth moving into that top 2, up 2. Derby as well, we expected a little move off the bottom. A little bit delayed, let's just say, but they did indeed move. And then Borough, Stoke, Blackburn and Huddersfield, all in credit in terms of the league table. I know particularly some Blackburn fans maybe, or Stoke fans might have wanted that to be a +2 or a +3, hey? Who wouldn't? But they might have expected it to be that. Here are the big fallers. We'll do it the polite way round, but we've got Preston and QPR just dropping 1 place. I think some Rangers fans would be happy if it was just 1 more place between now and the end of the season. Preston fans expect to be higher. Rotherham and Wycombe dropping 2, although Rotherham still just outside it. Watford dropping 3. And that has not ended well for Vladimir Ivic, has it? Bristol City dropped 4. Perhaps they were overperforming. So were Luton a little bit. They've dropped 4 as well. Reading and Millwall have dropped 7 positions. Obviously, Reading were performing out of their skins to be top by the November the 17th table. Had the rut already started? I think they'd... Were they into the 4-game streak? I can't remember, but I think the defeats possibly had already started at that point. Yeah, I think there's about 3 of them, wasn't there? Millwall, though, big surprise there, dropping 7 places and a 10-game winless streak spanning this 9-game, a bit of the end of it, and they've come away from it a little bit over the last 2 games, haven't they? So those were the biggest fallers. Anyone in exactly the same place? Well, would you Adam and Eve it? Aitor Karanka, Chris Hughton and Tony Pulis are in exactly the same place. The 3 attritional managers not really moving anywhere. Birmingham stay 17th. Forest stay 20th. Wednesday 23rd. And particularly Forest and Wednesday will be thinking they wish their team would get a move on and move a few places up the table pretty sharpish. Birmingham, I suspect the same, but they're in less bother than those other two we have mentioned. And so, there are my predictions. Let's go down the table. Norwich, I said they'd be higher. They are higher. Bournemouth, dearie me, I said they'd drop from 4th. Not only have they not done that, they've gone up to 2nd. Well done, Bournemouth. Swansea, I said they'd be higher. They are higher. Brentford, that one was easy, wasn't it? They were 11th. So, of course, they were going to be higher. Watford, I said also they would be higher. They are not. Wrong. Borough as well. Warnock proving me wrong. They are 1 place higher. I said they'd be lower. 3-game streak going into Christmas screwing me over there, Warnock. Stoke, I said they'd be higher. I thought they'd be a bit higher than they were, but there you go. They've got, what, they've gone up 1 place, I think? Yes, of course they have. It says, literally says on the screen. Reading, well, that was an easy one to predict. Lower and much lower, sadly, for them. Bristol City, I think based on the fixtures, I had them going higher. Wrong. Cardiff, that was an easy one. Higher, yes, they were underperforming. Blackburn, I had going lower. I thought the fixtures were hard. And they've only gone 1 place higher, so wrong on that one. I got these next 3 all correct. I said Huddersfield and Barnsley would be higher, and they are. I said Luton would be lower, and they are. Preston, Millwall, wrong. I said Preston would be higher, they're 1 place lower. Would you believe I said Millwall would be higher than their 9th place? Not only are they not higher, they dropped 7 places. Not good. Birmingham, it doesn't matter. I think I said they'd be higher. I can't quite remember. But they're in the same position. So they're essentially, I'm treating them as a void because they're neither higher or lower. Coventry, I said higher. They are. QPR, I said lower. They are. Correct on both counts there. Forest, again, a void. They're in the same place. Rotherham, I said, and I feel a bit silly now, I said they would go higher, and it's got harder for them, hasn't it? And they have gone lower. I did feel the fixtures were going to open out for them. Derby were bottom. I didn't think it could get any worse, so I predicted higher. Well, I mean, it literally couldn't get any worse, so that one was a bit of a gimme for me, wasn't it? And Wednesday, same place, that's a void. Wickham, I thought would drop from 22nd to one of the 2 places lower. And I was correct. Can we give it a Larry David? Pretty good. Pretty good, I think, on those predictions. Obviously, what you guys want to know were what were my biggest abject fails. And then if you're a fan of that team, you can give me abuse like you like to every time I predict your team's going to lose and they win. Or vice versa, when it's strangely my fault when they lose. Biggest fail, why do I keep doing it? Bournemouth, again. This is my biggest fail with a climber. So this is the team that climbed the most places that I had wrong. Now, I did pretty well on all the climbers. And let's be honest, the climbers are a little bit easier to predict because you've often got a Cardiff or a Brentford who's a bit lower than they should be, etc. Bournemouth, I thought they were on a bad run. If you look at the time, they were 10th in the form charts from a 7-game. They were facing an average position of 12th in that. And that made them the 11th easiest run. So their form was kind of 2nd quartile and their run was 2nd quartile, but they've obviously pushed on really, really well under Jason Tindall. And this is one that's scaring me for the end of the season. Remember in my 1 to 24, I predicted that Bournemouth would be the one of the 3 relegated teams that would go kaput. They would be our Huddersfield, our Stoke, not necessarily our Sunderland, but I'm going to be badly wrong when it comes to Bournemouth. And I have not learned my lesson, have I? So there you go, Bournemouth fans. You got one over on me yet again. Only if you predicted this would happen, of course. But yeah, wrong. Wrong. And Millwall, oh my God. Well, I predicted they would be higher. My maths said they had the 4th easiest run. However, they were in awful form, weren't they? 10 without a win, not scoring any goals. Gary Rowett, tweaky, every single game, trying to find some goals and the right formation, etc. And I was badly wrong, wasn't I, guys? Badly wrong there with Millwall. They were the biggest fooler in terms of the -7, and they were my biggest fail in terms of a fooler. So there's my record. As I say, pretty good. Right, 13 out of 21. I'm voiding the 3 that stayed in the same place because we were only playing higher or lower just to get rid of the third option. So 62% of the 21 teams I could have called going up or down, I got 13 out of 21 correct. Ergo, I was wrong for the other 8, 38%. I think that's pretty decent, isn't it? That's over your 60-40 average. Obviously, one more and I'd have been on a nice 2/3, wouldn't I? Which would have been preferable. But there you go. Let me know if you had a go at this in the video, because I invited you to do it underneath in the comments. Bit of fun. Let me know. How did you do? Did you beat 13? Let's see. I'm supposed to be good at this given the amount of time I study it. But hey, again, we are trying to predict the future, aren't we? So that was my look at where will your team be at Christmas. I thought that was pretty good fun. So what I will do is have a look at the league table and have a look at the fixtures, and we'll see where there's a nice point to do the same thing again. Hopefully there's a point. What do we got? We played 20, haven't we? So we've got 26 games left. So hopefully there's a point in 10, 12, 13 games where we can split it in. You know, where will your team be going into the home straight? And we'll do exactly the same thing. And maybe we'll put a prize on the line. Maybe we'll put some Benjamin Bloom channel merchandise on the line and invite you guys to have a go. And have a go, I'm sure you will, in the comments. Let me know, particularly if you're a Bournemouth fan or a Millwall fan, where I was totally wrong. It was Millwall that shafted me, Millwall and Huddersfield last season in my 1 to 24s anyway. I had Huddersfield way too high and Millwall way too low, and I'm just not learning my lesson when it comes to Bournemouth, evidently, aren't I? Anyway, a little bit of fun. A few people had asked me to review those predictions, and there you go. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and keep your eyes out because we will do another one when I've had a chance to have a look at the fixtures. There we go. That was a look back, me reacting to my predictions on the Championship Christmas table. And again, like I say, pretty good. And with that being said, it's no more Larry David impressions from me, and over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload, ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.